Hey VC, it's Jonathan, your cheap and cheerful record collector. I hope everybody's doing well out there today and had a good record store day, Black Friday. I went and got a couple of records, but before I get into what I got to show those records. I was in England recently, and I went to Honest John's in England and picked up something, and so I got to show what I got there, plus some other records, plus some CDs. Anyway, before I get started, I have one little rant, or actually two. First one is I went recently to our local record store chain, Bull Moose. They're here they have like 10 stores in Maine and New Hampshire. And I went in, I'm looking at the used records, and they have a whole selection of new arrivals of used records. And I'm going through them, and most or a lot of them, new pressings, don't have the name of the band on the cover. They have a great picture, whatever. There's no name of the band and no name of the record. I mean, when the Beatles did it for the White Album, it was the Beatles. Everybody knew who it was. When Led Zeppelin did it, everybody knew it was Led Zeppelin. But, I mean, half these bands, I have no idea who they are. I admit I'm an old man, but I still, when I flip through the records, I want to see the name. I want to know who I'm looking at. So I take the records out, look at the spine, and of course my eyes are not what they were. So I'm trying to read the name on the spine of the record. Sometimes I take the record out and look at the label, and sometimes the labels don't even have the name of the band on it. Very frustrating. Anyway, that's my one rant. Second rant, I went to a local Bull Moose store for record store day. They opened at 8 a.m. I left my house like 7 o'clock, got there like 7:10, 7:15. I was 15th online. That was fine. And I got in the store and I found one of the records I wanted right away, which was Graham Parsons Live. And brought that home and spun it and opened it up. First record sounds fine, no problem. Second record I put on and it's like, whoop, whoop. I was like, what the hell is going on? It was so warped. It was unlistenable. So I had to take it back. And of course, being so limited, they didn't have any other copies, so I missed out on getting that. So I'm really pissed off that with the record companies making so much money nowadays, charging $20, $30, $40 for a record, they can't get it right and print and press a flat record. It's just really ridiculous. Anyway, so I didn't get the Graham Parsons, but I did get a couple of the records I'll show you. I did pick up Charles Mingus Incarnations, which is a rare, unreleased press recording from 1960. Rare and unheard tracks from the legendary 1960 sessions featuring Eric Dolphy, Booker Ervin, and Tommy Flanagan, remastered by Bernie Grundman. So good. The first side was a little noisy when I first played it, but I cleaned it up and it sounds perfect. Side 2 sounds great. On the Candide label. Nice label there, I like that. Side 1 is more what I consider straight up hard bop, and side 2 is more of what you expect from Mingus. A little more dense, more orchestration, a bigger band, but both sides are fantastic. Really happy about this. Great pressing, great record, and really great to add it to my collection. Next one, another guy who I saw about 15 years ago, unfortunately passed away way too early, and it's Justin Townes Earle, and this is his album Yuma, which was his first album. Only has 6 songs on it, but so good, so good. Come with the lyrics, which I really appreciate, and also came with a photo suitable for framing of Justin Townes Earle. There you go. So this is a really nice album. I really like Justin Townes Earle. Great singer-songwriter. The album is a little depressing. I mean, one of the songs about suicide, and he actually, died from drug overdose, but a great album. His first album, highly recommended. Yuma, Justin Townes Earle. And the next one, which is the third one I got at Record Store Day, this one I had when it first came out in 1967 when I was in high school and played it all the time. And with my many selling of records, blah, 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 it sort of went away. I'm really glad to have a new copy of it. And it's John Lee Hooker live at the Cafe A Go-Go. I was at the Cafe A Go-Go a number of times, saw lots of bands, but never saw John Lee Hooker there. This band, he's backed up by Muddy Waters Band with Muddy Waters and Otis Spann, Sammy Lawhorn on guitar, Luther Johnson on guitar, on the Bluesway repressed label there. So really good. Not your high energy blues, definitely laid back blues, but really wonderful. It says here, live at the Cafe A Go-Go, released by Bluesway label in '67, presents blues icon John Lee Hooker performing live with the Muddy Waters Blues Band. Real, raw, rough, and ragged blues in slow driving style of John Lee Hooker. Absolutely. Just a great album. Really happy to have that. About a week ago, I went to London, my wife and I, for, long story, we were there for like 5 days. And I found a couple of hours to go digging for records. And one place I went, obviously, was Honest John's. And when I was in there, I got to admit, a lot of the prices were more than I was willing to spend. I was looking for original UK pressings of like early Beatles, the Kinks, whatever. Hard to find, and prices were just, I thought, a little too much. They had a copy of the Beatles, Beatles for Sale. It's one of the few Beatles albums I don't have. And they had a original UK stereo copy, I think, yeah. Wanted £60 for it, which is like 70 some odd dollars US. I just couldn't pull the trigger. So I was walking around and I said, I was talking to the guy. He said, what are you looking for in particular? I said, well, one thing I've been looking for a while is a Grant Green album called Nigeria, which is a tone poet, which I know sold out very quickly. He goes, I got that. I said, really? So yeah, I grabbed that. And this was 32 pounds, which comes out about $38 US, which is about what it costs here, if you can find it, which I've never been able to find it. So nice tone poet, brand new, Grant Green, Sonny Clark, Sam Jones, and Art Blakey. Whew, fantastic. Really happy to grab this up and add it to my collection. Grant Green, Nigeria. Yes, I'm sorry. Recorded originally in January 13th, 1962. And I don't think it was released until the 80s. And this is a new pressing. Beautiful. Tone Poet's always class. And then went to another record store when I was there called Flashback Records. Flashback Records. And when I was there, I'm looking around and blah, blah, blah. My wife is waiting, so I'm like, I can't spend as much time as I really wanted to spend. But I saw this, and I was really excited to grab it. And it's a Fairport Convention. And this is Unhalf Bricking. And this is the one with Richard Thompson and Sandy Denny. It's a new pressing. Originally came out in the 70s. There's the Island label, Pink Island label. It is a great, great album. I'm really happy to have it, even if it's a new pressing. I sort of gave up trying to find an original, so I'm happy to have that in my collection. When I returned the Graham Parsons live, I had a little store credit. They said, I'll give you store credit, your money back. I said, give me my money back. Maybe I'll find something, maybe I won't. I'm looking around in the store, and this popped up, and I just said, I have to have it. So this is a new record I just got also. Bella Fleck, and this is his album, My Bluegrass Heart. And it is with Sam Bush, David Grisman, Billy Strings, Jerry Douglas. Just fantastic album. Really great. Absolutely love it. Love Bella Fleck. He's a banjo player, obviously, and he's done everything from bluegrass to jazz to experimental avant-garde music. But this is strictly bluegrass, and it's just great, great album. Even came with a poster, big poster there, and on the back is he talks about the album and about pressing it and all the people in it. So it's really cool. And if you like bluegrass at all, great album. Jerry, Bella Fleck, My Bluegrass Heart. Also went to a couple of market stores locally. I got this from Goodwill last week, and it's a Lady Smith Black Mambazo and their album Journey of Dreams. Haven't cleaned it yet, so I got to clean this up and give it a listen. But love their stuff, so really looking forward to this. And then just the other day, I was in another town, and my wife and I were walking around. Stopped at a antique mall place. I'm looking around, found one record I had to take, and it's Garland Jeffries, and this is his album Rock and Roll Adult, a live album, recorded live in New York and in Paris, I think. Let me see. Recorded live in Lyon, France, and the Ritz in New York City, March 22nd, April 30th, May 1st and 2nd, 1981. So really a great, great album. I wasn't expecting much, but I like him a lot. Wild in the Streets. He does a great version of 96 Tears on here. Matador, R-O-C-K, Rock is just great. He's one of these artists that sort of slips under the radar a lot, doesn't get the attention he should. I think he's retired now. He's exactly my age. I think he's finally stopped touring. But great album, a lot of rock. Garland Jeffries. Also, while I go to Goodwill, I always go a couple times a week. I have like 4 within 20 minutes of my house. I haven't been finding any records recently. There's like nothing there. But I have been finding some CDs, and I'm not a big CD fan, but when the price is right, they have a color of the day, and that's always 50% off. And then if I go on Tuesday, I get another 20% on top of that. So all of a sudden it's worth it. If I find something I like at the price, I'll do it. So I found a couple recently, and I thought I'd show them off. Picked this up the other day. That's the great Willie Nelson, and this is his album, The Great Divide. And it's with Leanne Womack on one song, Kid Rock on one song, Sheryl Crow, Bonnie Raitt. Good album. Really good. Fold out. So yeah. The Great Willie Nelson. 2002. This one I'd never seen before, and I'm a big fan of hers. So this is from 1999 on Sony Records, and it's Janis Joplin. It's called Rare Pearls, I'm sorry. Rare Pearls, obviously Pearls, because her nickname was Pearl, obviously. So Rare Pearls, it's a 5-song CD. 3 of the cuts are recorded live, which is Maybe, Raise Your Hand, and a version of Bo Diddley. And then 2 studio outtakes, It's a Deal and Easy Once You Know How. There's the back. I'd never seen this CD before, so I was really glad to grab it. Cool little CD thing there. Yeah. So, big fan of Janis. Lucky enough to have seen her about 3 times back in the day. So, glad to grab that. This next guy, I was talking to my buddy Brian from Shamrock and Records, and he mentioned this guy's name. And I really didn't know anything about him. But the very next day, I'm at Goodwill, and there it was. So I grabbed it, and I'm happy I did. And it's a Jamie Cullum. And this is his album 20-something. Really good. I was really impressed. Didn't expect much, and I was really happy I picked that one up. More of a smooth singer, not a rocker, but really good. Piano player, really nice. Like that one a lot. This one I haven't had a chance to listen to yet. It's Ben Harper and the Innocent Criminals, Burn to Shine. And I get all these, so I got it fairly inexpensive because I don't like to spend a lot of money on CDs. And some of these places are charging too much for them, like $5, $6, $8. But again, if I can get it half off and another 20 on top of that, then it's worth it. This one, I don't know if people know. This woman, great singer, died young of cancer of some sort. Eva Cassidy. She died pretty unknown, just known around the D.C. area. and then sort of a couple of years after she died, became big in England, and then eventually came back to her reputation came back to the States. Great singer-songwriter, and well, not a songwriter really, she's just a great singer, and good stuff. She has Fever, Imagine, Still Not Ready, Early Morning Rain, Tennessee Waltz, that kind of stuff. But she was great, great vocalist, folk singer, that kind of vein, but beautiful voice. So that's why I hate CDs, because these things always break off, and you're always trying to put it back together again. Pain in the ass. There you go. And the last one I picked up, again, I couldn't resist because I'm a big fan, is Lucinda Williams. And this is her CD, Essence. This is from 2001. Get Right with God. So good. This is a great CD. Really happy I got this one. And again, I don't listen to a lot of CDs, but if I find something I don't have and the price is right, I have no problem grabbing it. Okay, that's it for today. I hope you all enjoyed it. I'm working on a deal with a guy I know for a collection, and if that comes to fruition, I will definitely be showing some more records, maybe in a week or so, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Okay, hey, thanks for watching. If you did like it, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. I'd appreciate that. And until next time, peace.